not done that since Nick Saban's been the coach. Alabama never goes on the road out of conference against a ranked team.
Let me ask you this though.
Big Ten though, we know that.
Beat Alabama. Beat TCU in Texas. Beat Penn State at Penn State. Beat
Fantasy.
Who's the other one?
He just yelled fantasy.
Hey, let me ask you this
Mancini
though,
ain't
Jordan.
drinking?
Regardless of the playoffs, if you make the playoff or not, do you consider this season a win for the Buckeyes? Number one.
That's loser
Number
talk.
two. Are you still Team Urban Meyer after everything that's happened?
I'm Team Zach Smith
in his whole career.
I'm not.
So, okay, I guess both. I can answer with both questions. No, for both. I try to be partial to Urban, but I think Ohio State was actually playing its best ball when he wasn't at the helm.
I agree.
Think about
I
it.
agree.
Think about it. We went to TCU in Texas without Urban Meyer and kicked TCU's ass.
But TCU has
That's
six
one.
wins.
Then we play Penn State. I think that was Urban Meyer's first game back. Struggled. And then we struggled from then on.
But Penn State always plays them tough. Penn State
Yeah,
plays them
but
tough.
it's
And if they had
still-
Saquon, y'all would have got waxed.
Facts.
Still.
Saquon came back. Oh, he would have ate y'all defense for everything.
No, listen, but you got to think. We lost Nick Bosa
Yeah, that's a
in
big.
the second game of the season.
That's a big.
You mean
And
Maga
for the
Bosa?
year, that changed our whole defensive scheme. Our whole defense was centered around Bosa.
Your defense trash, but you still got first-round picks on it. That's sad.
No, but you got to understand. You got to understand.
corners
Look at
my-
the Bears.
Isn't that
The
the
Bears
story of
had
their
all
history, though?
The Bears, the Chicago Bears had all the same players, but you put Khalil Mack in there, he ups everybody else's level of play.
Why
That's
you got
what
to
Nick
take a
Bosa
shot
did
at the
for us.
Raiders? You didn't have to make that comparison.
Listen,
Why
you're
you
a Rams
feeling
Kudos
it?
to
Because
you.
you a Rams fan, supposedly.
I'm definitely a
you-
Rams fan.
Fake ass.
Look.
Shut
Kenny
your
likes the
loser
Cardinals.
team
All right,
ass up,
but anyway,
Brandon.
Fake ass.
Kenny,
When the Raiders
you're
are
a
good, I don't
Cardinals
want to
fan,
hear your
but-
voice ever again.
So-
He said you're a Cardinals fan.
Who? I'm a Lawndale Cardinals fan because I went there.
Kenny, you like the Ravens. Be quiet.
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
Ravens.
First off,
You
no,
know
I
he
don't.
likes the Ravens.
I
You know
picked
he
it
likes
one
the
time
Ravens.
in fantasy.
All right, Jordan.
No.
So
You know
before we
he
let
likes
you
No.
go,
It wasn't that you. No, it wasn't that.
I picked him one time.
for fantasy.
No, you
Against
picked
the
them.
Raiders.
Yeah, over the
Yeah, you
Raiders.
did.
Over
I
the
picked-
Raiders.
Raiders
You did.
won the game.
I was there.
By
I
a
was there.
fluke. By
I'm
a
witness.
miracle.
I'm a witness. No LeBron. I'm a witness.
I'm a witness.
The Raiders won the game
By
and
a
they
fluke.
beat the Ravens.
By a fluke.
all right, Jordan. Hey,
What have they done since then?
hey, Jordan. Shout out your social
They
channels.
traded Khalil Mack. I'm
Went
done.
playoffs and
Shout out
broke
your industry ties if you want. I don't know if you can reveal that or not, but
I don't even know if I can do that, so I'm not.
I feel like he can, but he doesn't.
But
I agree.
but
I'll reveal them. I'm just kidding.
I do work for a sports organization. You
Fox.
can know that.
Wow. This Tommy
Damn,
from
no,
Power.
I thought we were.
Why you
So
shooting
where-
Angela
where-
in the chest?
where can
Why
people
you shooting
find
Angela
you?
in the chest?
Where can
Tommy
people
from
find
Power
you?
is crazy.
He is though.
He
John
was supposed
Gruden
to
is
come.
Tommy.
He didn't show up, so I can expose.
Where can people find you at?
Nowhere because he at
You can
home.
find me on Twitter at Jordan P. Ball, and that's about it. I'm mostly on Twitter.
And
I
at
use
home.
whatever.
All right,
Talking
Jordan,
about,
man.
now
Crib.
talking about the Jets.
Hey,
No. All right, no. I wanted to ask you and Kenny one last thing, and I want to get both of yours because we're like midway through the season. Who are your 5 most impactful people in the NFL this season?
in terms of like
It could
winning,
be player or coach.
Player,
Doesn't
coach.
matter.
He asked me the same
Who are
question
your 5
today.
most impactful people?
He asked me the same question.
I'll go
today.
first.
Go.
Andrew Luck, Khalil Mack, Patrick Mahomes,
Yep.
Eric Reed.
No.
No, just, he changed the Panthers defense. Their safeties have been trash forever, and now they're actually playing good. Christian McCaffrey.
It's trash.
No, I take that back.
That's
North
trash.
Turner. North Turner.
That's trash, Biggs.
you
North
said
Turner
North
fixed-
Turner.
He fixed their whole offense.
That's trash,
Okay.
He
Biggs.
fixed the whole
You
offense,
didn't-
bro.
you didn't
And
pick Sean McVay?
by the way, guess what?
What?
The Panthers are helping my fantasy team.
He didn't even pick Sean McVay, so that's not even a dream.
Aaron Donald,
All right.
first off,
All
is
right,
the
all right,
Rams.
all right.
I'm gonna give you mine.
You said 5.
All right.
Khalil Mack, Drew Brees,
Big facts.
Fair.
Sean McVay.
Big facts.
Aaron Donald more than McVay. If you don't say Aaron Donald, you fake.
Nah, I'm
You
gonna
don't say
give
Aaron
Sean
Donald, you
McVay.
fake, bro.
Give him
I'm gonna give John Gruden because he take the Raiders.
Yes, that's super impactful.
And did I already say Khalil
he's
Mack?
Thanos.
No, Khalil Mack.
Khalil
He-
Mack. That's
Bro,
fine.
that's
No,
basically
Thanos
my
is your
pick.
number 5.
No, John Gruden's a good pick because he turned 2 teams into playoff teams.
He really
Exactly.
did. He literally
And he
did.
turned one
He
team into a
flipped it.
rebuilding franchise.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
literally did.
Like he was on the losing end of a drug deal, pretty much.
All right, that's 4. You got one more.
And let me see.
Thanos.
Andrew Luck. That's an easy one.
That's a good. That's
Yeah, that's
good
an easy one.
picks. I like that.
He stole
I
my
like
pick,
those.
by the way.
Okay.
I did steal that pick, honestly.
All right. And at the end of the season,
Come
I
on,
want
Jason
you guys to
Kenny
do
Racial
your
Air
5
Green,
most
though.
impactful at the end too.
All right, that's good.
Just
Hey,
to
hey,
see
look
where
at
you
you. Look at you giving us your producer brain over here. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you know,
That's what I'm talking about.
You do what you do. You do what you can do when you can do it.
Hey, man, but shout out to you, man. We love you too. Sundial Lineage, once again, chiming in, man. Keep doing what you do.
The greatest sports lineage ever. That was a hell of a semester
Oh,
for podcasts.
We got to get you in here so we can
Yeah.
have PB and J.
I'm mad that you got to it first, but I'm glad you got to it. Because I said it first, but we all died in the news. We're like, yo, we are PB and J. Oh, shit.
Oh. All right, y'all have fun.
All right, man. Thank you. Have a good night.
Too late.
Enjoy
I'm
the
already
100.
there. Thank you.
All right.
All right, man. That was
Hang up.
that was Jordan P. Ball, our resident Jets, Ohio State.
Notice he didn't say shit about the
Stan.
Jets the whole time I
He
get
didn't say
pressed
shit
with him.
about the Kings either.
Yeah.
He said nothing. By the way, Baylor's bowl eligible. Just want to let y'all know that.
But yeah, man. So if you're
Shout out.
calling right now, you got 10 seconds before I get back to my damn story. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi.
My little sister
5
gonna call in.
Mississippi,
Watch.
6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi.
Let me call in real
8
quick. Hold on.
Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10.
The whole
All
time.
right.
Sack the quarterback.
Where was I? Okay, so
I
we
don't
walked
remember-
into the
I
good
don't
news.
remember.
We walked into good news radio station. We were like, we had already been approached by networks before, and they were kind of fake, phony, and we are like,
Should we mention their names?
we don't know what this is gonna be. Like, are they gonna try to steal our cloud? Like, are they gonna try to change our name? Are they gonna try to creatively control us?
Ride
like,
our
focus
wave.
content? And honestly, from the get go, Keith, shout out to Keith again, who called in earlier, was like, "Yo, it's your show, sir." Like, he constantly said that throughout our first meeting. It's your show, sir.
Dead ass.
I'm not trying to control your content. I just want to give you a space and a platform to really thrive. And honestly, for the most part, that's what it's been. You know, he's given us a great studio, a professional grade studio, a central location, a call line where we can have all these callers and our friends
Central
come in.
air.
Hey, don't sleep on the air in the bathroom, though. For real. And the occasional taco man who got rained out today. Hey, shout out to you, Primo's Tacos. Where you at?
You got
let
packed out by Mother Nature?
Yeah. come
Shout
on,
out to
man.
Vince Staples.
Yeah. But anyways, man, so once we signed on to the Good News radio station, our show really just kind of took a new light. And I'm only saying that because I think both for the good and the bad, you know, from taking phone calls, which Nick already talked about how I hung up on him on the first try.
Shout out to Ryan saying Peaches basically said he'll do the day shift at Peaches for the bag. At Peaches, dog.
Better yet,
Not
I'll
even
just,
at Lemonade.
Wait, no, hold on. Let me get my slander off. Better yet, I'll just be a teacher.
Oh! Oh!
Work 9 months, make $80K.
Oh! That's actually pretty good. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, let me just do that. Let me go get my MA and be a teacher.
Get your teacher's credential. You need an MA.
Let me be an adjunct professor. You want an extension? I got you.
CSUN adjunct
You want an
life?
extension? Yeah. I'll be that professor that always shows up late.
What a
cancels
fan.
classes with 30 minutes notice. All that shit.
Just don't be Johnny Scott.
And I'm gonna have the Ryan Mancini's in my class. Hey, are you gonna collect this assignment you talked about? Just kidding, Mancini. You haven't said anything.
No, he literally shrugged because he does that.
That
guy.
I'd be like, what? Hey, what? I just worked on this for like 3 weeks. You don't want it?
Do I need to talk about your one journalism class with someone whose initials are HC?
But yeah, man. Anyways,
Man.
you're dry snitching again. But yeah,
No, he didn't even know what I was talking about. So.
Yeah.
man, that's the next drink. Hey,
Shut up. You just peed in
anytime
the dark.
KB dry snitches on
fade.
someone, you gotta take a drink.
I'll get quiet.
Sorry, I'm out.
KB 6'9" over here, the Fed.
First off, don't call me. First off,
KB 6'9",
you listen to 6 9 before I ever did. How dare you? Pete is the fence. He just told you.
I gotta go.
Anyways, so I think what he left out was after the good news, you know, we really kind of
Brandon's leaving. Aw.
really
Like legit leaving?
or oh he's getting drinks. But yeah, man. Anyways, like I was saying, you know, once we caught into the good news, the show really just kind of took its own light in that we started experimenting with different things, different segments, trying to take call-ins, trying to get guests. You know, we had the whole Taylor Rooks fiasco where we basically had a great
No,
interview
Pete fucked up the
with a
interview.
real successful, influential female journalist, and
Now
we had
works
a
at
really
Bleacher
great
Report.
conversation, and none of it got recorded.
But she did say she didn't, like, in terms of Chicago versus New York pizza, we already settled that. And she said go to Harold's when you get to Chicago, which I will do one day.
And besides all that, you know, we brokered some new deals with X Squad affiliates. They welcomed us with the open arms. Shout out to Georgia folk,
Atlanta, the South.
New York, all of them over there. You know, we've had other networks try to recruit us. We've had, you know, we also got onto FBC Radio because we both write for FBC Raiders.
Shout out to the homie Terry.
Shout out to Terry. Shout out
whole
to
squad.
Ray. Shout
Ray
out
is
to Malik.
King Petty.
Bro, Ray is so funny. I don't
Malik-
think I've ever met anyone as funny as Ray. Like
the
Ray
meme-
says some shit.
the
and he
meme
has like a
reactions
good
are-
ass job, dude. Like,
The greatest.
you be doing this in the corporate setting.
And shout out to Malik for honestly just being on point with his book and having all the knowledge of like go.
No, yeah, Malik is a
DC
great
Go-Go
dude.
knowledge.
Malik is a great dude.
Draft profiles are excellent.
His draft profiles, his HBCU knowledge, his Raider knowledge, like all that shit. Shout out to Malik. Shout out to Terry, man. We love you. Praying for you, man. And outside of that, it's pretty much just been a story, as everyone's talking about, of just perseverance between me picking up Kenny when he was getting out of class or getting off work and going to the room and cutting podcasts to really, and that's the biggest transition from here to the good news. Is before it was, you know, I pick up Kenny and we go to the room, we cut the podcast anytime between 8 and 10, anytime between Tuesday and Thursday. But ever since signing the good news, not only have we held down our Thursday spot, but Kenny has even held down his Thursday spot solo 3 times without me. And ever since then, like I've always, ever since that first solo shot that Kenny did, I realized that like this dude is really serious. And like, if you listen to his shows, like they're not our traditional set just because, you know, it's a different dynamic when it's him. But the fact that he still comes in here and holds it down, like I got tremendous respect for him. And outside of that, man, the touchdowns and tangent story is really unwritten. And whatever else
That's
happens,
a Natasha Bedingfield song.
whatever else happens from here, it's really going to be up to the listeners, the people that fuck with us, the 2 people who showed up for episode 100 and ate our snacks and sat down on the mic.
Take those
Shout out to
bananas,
Brandon
dog.
because he's leaving.
Actually,
Yeah.
leave me one banana. Now I understand
I'm
why
not leaving.
he
I'm
brought
not leaving.
bananas.
Why are you leaving? Why
I'm not
You're like
leaving.
packing up.
It's like 15 minutes,
taking
dog.
pictures, dog. Like, are you leaving
gotta
or
get the
not?
group
Not
picking.
leaving.
Yeah,
I'm
make a
not
decision. Sell out. Like,
I
come
was
on.
gonna go get another bottle.
Oh gosh.
So we can do that after the show.
Okay, post show.
But yeah, man, that's
Then
pretty much my
rallies.
story. And ultimately, I think the biggest thing for me. No, you know what? I'll say this from my rant. You want to get to the content? Well, we have like
Let's get to the
15
con-
minutes.
Yeah, we got. But honestly, I think you're selling yourself short, dog. Pete. Aside from the fact that like Pete has industry connections and shit, like I just have all these ideas for content that I just want to blitzkrieg and put in one spot. He helped me really structure a lot of shit, and he challenged me. Like, he challenged me to kind of,
I still do.
reach his level.
He still does.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Mancini.
And I challenge you too, fucker.
First off, you bullied Mancini the whole time.
And I still do.
Yeah, you're the little brother. You're getting bullied. Sorry. Am I the middle child?